Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, the Strength of Thousands. But first, announcements. Announcement number one. Announcement number one. Many other shows here on the channel. Here they are. Tomorrow night, the Sprout stream. I'm in Dawn Trail. Matt is about to do a very important story dungeon. Sarah is also in Dawn Trail with me now. We're in the same expansion. Woo! Sarah, let's high five through Matt's head.
Ah!
No, other way, Sarah. There you go.
That's not where you're at on mine.
Finally, physical contact.
No, I'm talking about like the stream.
I'm
on
so
the stream,
lonely.
got it.
Yeah. So yeah. Then come and hang out with us for that. Will Data have done any work in Final Fantasy XIV? Join us and find out the answers. Probably no.
Will he have forgotten where everything in the game is?
A third time. If we get enough people that like the stream, we will do a day that I call Data's bar management, where we help Data manage their action bar.
I'm a little concerned you guys have never seen mine.
Well, stream, I think we know what we need to see.
You want a screenshot and send that over for it?
Yeah,
Do you want
maybe?
a screenshot and send that to me so I can judge you?
Oh no, screenshot it, send it to me so I can put it on the stream so the internet can judge you.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't care about the internet's opinion. Sarah, in your opinion, Will, I kind of care about.
Then on Wednesday, if you want opinions that matter, we have Wild Ambition. And oh boy, it's going to be a good time. Have you seen The Mask? I'm excited.
Yeah.
But you'll get to see Honey Madeline in a zoot suit, possibly.
Zoot.
Oh.
It is a funny word.
No.
Then on Thursday we're off because I don't stream 7 nights a week. But on Friday the Astral Calling is back, and they are in the midst of fighting 70 Grindylow.
Thank goodness for Spirit Guardians.
I wanted to give our AoE people a chance to shine, and I think I have.
All of my AoEs have sucked so far.
Then, on Saturday, the Tabletop Bros. We're back in Solasta. Will, Matt, Chad, and Calf playing Solasta together. We're doing the DLC. We had a very tough encounter, but Bearded Garl is back.
The Belt of Dwarven Kind, which has a 50% chance to give you a beard.
I feel like that has to be one of the Garls in the dating sim. Solasta Garl.
I'll just call it the anti-Sorak Garl.
Yeah, there you go. And then on Sunday, a very special episode of the Cozy Co-op. Why is it very special? Well, because we began our countdown of our time in Stardew Valley as a new game touches the beacon. Specifically, Coral Islands multiplayer is going to be dropping in the next few months, and once that does drop, we're going to be jumping over there so that Emily can farm capybaras, so that Sarah can kiss a mermaid who she can fix.
Correct.
And so I can figure out how to optimize that game. I think that's the goal for that myself. I'm going to optimize myself on it.
Yeah. I've been playing it going, I feel like Will would be the one who to optimize.
Oh, I've been testing speedrun strats for it.
Great.
I have completed 2 bundles.
The faster you can help me get the highest level scythe, the
Sarah.
faster I get my merman.
I have completed 2 bundles by the end of spring, which is
The
a
faster
surprising
you
amount.
get me my highest level scythe, the faster I get my merman. That's all I care about.
Are you asking me to optimize for upgrades and tool upgrades?
Correct.
Okay, I can do that for us. I know for a fact that when I was in my solo file, like just my initial fuck around and find out file, I got through by like middle of the summer. I had every tool at max. So, if I really focus on that, I should be able to get you to the mermaids by the end of spring.
I appreciate that because
No
I will
worries.
put in the work to clear the sea.
Oh, I'll help you
I
too.
just
I
need your help.
love the clearing the sea
I
is some of
agree
my
with
favorite
Chad.
content. It's fun.
We need to
Mhm.
chill. No way. Anyway,
Emily, there's
Monday.
mermaids. There's mermaids to kiss. That's on Sunday. Then on Monday, speaking of future mermaids, we have the night, the Strength of Thousands AP.
Oh,
There's future mermaids.
Supposedly.
yes.
Nobody needs to know that just yet.
But yeah, Matt, Strength of Thousands AP, football, throw,
Huh.
or curling rock, curl.
Oh God, my knees.
oh
But
no.
don't worry, I'll do what I did when I curled when I was younger. Just go to the little canteen and get myself some sour soothers. Delicious sour candy. But hello everyone. Welcome back to the Strength of Thousands Adventure Path for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. We are here with the best and the brightest who have endured through everything this adventure path and also me in weird moments can throw at them. We have come to the final book and we are dealing with the fallout of the too soon sort of birth of the new bug god thing. What exactly is the nature of it all? We're not sure yet, but we're finding out as we're dealing with disasters across the Magambia campus. But who are these best and the brightest? Who are these heroes of academia? These pursuers of knowledge? These superstars? Well, allow me to introduce them all by letting them introduce themselves. McKenna, please introduce yourself, your character, and just tell us, what's your preferred kind of setup when you sit down to read a book? Like, is there a favorite chair you have? Do you like a favorite beverage? Do you put slippers on? What's your comfy, cozy reading setup?
Hello, everyone. My name is McKenna Ray Tynan. Tonight, I will be playing Avi, our Nyctera witch, as well as her familiar Agate. McKenna Ray Art on all of the socials, and if I would have an ideal reading setup, I need a beverage. What that beverage is depends on the weather, but typically some kind of tea, perhaps an iced coffee. And then I have a fainting couch. When I moved, I think the first piece of furniture I bought is this emerald green fainting couch.
It's really pretty. I kid you not. It's got sapphic tones on its designs on
how
the side.
It's got
appropriate.
naked
how-
women on it.
How
Oh.
how
But I
surprising!
love it.
But very artistic naked women. It's very art
Mhm.
nouveau.
It is. It's very art
I-
nouveau.
Mhm.
I beg you though, don't go the full mile and get the consumption just so you can faint even more authentically.
We had a whole conversation. Sarah and her mom were over this weekend, and there was a whole discussion about like, why did fainting couches become a thing? Was everyone fainting because of their corsets? And I was like, no, it was the tuberculosis.
To which all three of us went, fair. Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces of furniture. When my mom picked it up for me because it was like an in-person pickup close to where she lives, and she was like, McKenna, there are butts on this, you didn't tell me there were butts on this. And she was on the phone, and the lady who was selling it to her said, there's boobs too.
I have to
that's-
know,
What a
McKenna,
queen.
Did your father see it?
Oh, most assuredly.
Excellent.
Listen, it's all very artistic. Uh, but I would sit in that emerald green chaise lounge. I also need to. I need a candle. I need a candle to be lit. Um,
Another
what that candle
candle
is
touches the
depends on
beacon.
the literature that I'm reading. If it's depending on the setting, I would want different scents burning. Um, but those are my big asks. Is my chaise lounge, a beverage, and a candle.
I will pivot to the person connected to that story. Sarah, please introduce yourself, your character, and your preferred reading setup.
Hi, everybody. I am Sarah Margaret, also known as Cosmic Deity 746 on Twitch and other such things. I'm playing Charlotte, our naughty toxicologist. For me, honestly, it is post Sensi bubble bath, face clean, gone through the routine, everything. I've got on snuggy clothing that are comfy, fuzzy socks, and then I crawl into my bed propped up with my little backrest. No less than 3 to 4 blankets, a good book. If I'm feeling very much in the mood for some beverage as well, it's usually either tea in the evenings, or if it's early in the morning, that would be coffee. Very sweet coffee. And at a certain point in time, while I am reading, there is no less than 4 to 5 cats surrounding me in various positions on said bed. And I will readjust myself a total of 52 times, depending on how good the book is. So yeah, that's my optimum setup. Is I have 24 to 48 hours where I don't have anything to do.
Nice. And because conversations follow gravity, I'm going to go down my screen to the person situated below Sarah, Zozapose. Please introduce yourself, your character, and your preferred reading setup.
Gravity. Ah. Hi guys.
Defy it.
Ah.
But make sure you leave space to define.
Although today would be the day for being green. But hi, I'm Zoe. I go by Zosie Pose on the internet, and I'm playing our Whisper Elf Bard Ophelia. I don't think she's ever worn green in her life.
I mean, it's not easy wearing green.
It's just not.
No, Ophelia has not probably worn green.
It's just not. It's not her thing. Not really. So my ideal reading setup happens roughly once a year. And it happens when my family goes camping. We go to the middle of nowhere to the river, and I have my hammock, and I have my nice Truly lemonade in a good flavor, like a mango or a watermelon, like ice cold straight from the cooler. And just read. It's the best.
That does sound lovely.
Yeah, it's the most reading that I ever get done.
Also, it's possibly making me consider changing my answer. But last but not least, the man who I know above his eyeline right now has a lot of books. Will, please introduce yourself, your character, and describe your preferred reading setup.
Looks at Bookworm. Hello, Bookworm. All 30 of you books. Then, hello, my name is Will, also known as Tabletop Rules here on the internet. Tonight I am playing Igura, Gama, and Choco, the not a betrayer, but chicken. Well, Chocobo, as we all discovered. Tonight, my reading setup. I have a tried and true one, and I have an untested one. I'll start with the untested one. Mostly because every time I go to test it, I also just pass out. So, imagine, if you will, a nice comfortable couch or sitting device. A Emily asleep on my shoulder, and then me with just a book in my hand going through. That sounds absolutely lovely to me. But that's been untested because whenever that happens, I also tend to pass out. Then, the tested one, the third stair in my stairwell going up to the second floor of my house. I just sit across it like a cat and read there. That's it. No extra accoutrement, just me, a book, and a stare.
Interesting. And I'm going to cheat because I'm allowed to, because I make the rules for these. And my two favorite reading setups are one, just behind me, I have a sort of a cloth basket chair. So it's almost like a little nest with a footrest. And I just put my feet up. I put my little Hearthstone pillow on my lap so I can rest my hands in the book on something solid. And I just like reading with a cup of coffee, just plain coffee. Probably more in the evening than in the morning. Or I've done this a few times on a sunny but not too hot day out on the dock at the cabin my family rents a lot of the summer, or many summers anyway. Preferably with a nice cold drink, and not too windy, because it can get cold on the end of that dock when it's windy. But enough about hypothetical weather conditions affecting my reading. Let's go ahead and roll that intro or what have you. And
Ad break and then intro.
yeah, there we go. That's what I was thinking.
So we will be right back. We're back. Jazz hands.
And we're back. When last we left off, the best and the brightest, they had come to the rescue of a cohort of Tempest Sun Mages who had erected a barrier to protect themselves from some were-ant sentinels. Proved to be a bit of a temporary defense as the bugs just kind of leapt with some very good athletic checks up onto a nearby building to get around the wall of force. But then, through a combination of the party's excellent skills and the designers giving all the Tempest Sun Mages chain lightning,
As they should.
the Sentinels were defeated. The Sun Mages thanked you, gave you sort of a not military but academic salute, and then they ran off.
What does an academic salute look like, Matt?
Love is apple.
Yeah, yeah, pom poms. I don't know.
Ollie.
Pom pom.
Anyway, I don't know.
Contract?
Leave me alone.
But why not?
I'm just gonna move poor Gum off from poor Charlotte. We return to here. You guys are left in the aftermath of this battle. You do hear some stuff possibly going on to the south, but for the moment, what you guys choose to do is up to you.
I flooped the
Can
pig.
we check on the sun mages?
Oh, they scarpered.
They scarpered. Okay.
Yeah, they were all right. They had basically been holding the line here to make sure other people escaped, and then kind of found like, okay, everyone's gone.
There's still one left.
Well, no, then he was getting your autograph or something. No, Ophelia's
Oh, of course.
autograph.
Oh, of course.
Oh, the disappointment was palpable there, McKenna.
Was what?
Palpable.
Palpable.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
You're
said-
adding
that's
a
what I-
D to that?
That's what I said.
So a T. I added a. I think you're confused.
I was
with
gonna let him. I
palatable.
was gonna let him quietly correct it, and not say anything more about it. But damn.
No, because I was thinking that you were thinking
Palpable.
of the word palatable.
No, palpable.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I just
Okay, yeah.
I fully did a Will fucking talking wrong thing.
One day we're
Don't
gonna
even
do a
worry about it, I
spelling
do
bee
that
on
too.
this channel, and
I
it'll be
will
a massacre.
fail.
Oh no.
I will
Guess
fail
who went
miserably.
to tons of spelling bees growing up?
Who can spell
That-
Nietzsche's name?
That tracks.
N-I-C-H-E-S?
I can see that, Sarah.
I think there's
Oh,
actually a
No,
Z
there's
in
a
there
Z in there.
There's a Z in there somewhere. His name is terrible to spell. It's German.
NIT.
Now the question is though,
NITCZ.
are you a star belly niche or a plain belly niche?
NITCZE, if I recall.
I think it's actually
correctly.
longer.
Is it longer, Nietzsche?
I'm going off specifically. There's a one verse in the epic rap battles of history. It's Western philosophers versus Eastern
Oh,
philosophers.
so philosophers.
and-
I remember that one.
I'll end any mother trucker like my name in a spelling bee. It's a really good one. I learned about Voltaire from that he rigged the lottery more than once, I think.
Mhm.
Which is
What a
funny because
guy.
he
What a
talked about
fella.
ethics. But anyway, what do you guys want to do right now? There are still crises happening, or crises, whatever,
Well,
around
I
the
think-
campus.
I'm still at full.
Is the plural of crises crisi?
No.
No, it's still crises.
I don't need
Ah.
healing, so I'm down to go try to help other people.
Yeah, we got
Crises.
out of that fight relatively unscathed. I
For the most part.
think so actually. Let me check my hit
We
points
also-
before I say anything. How am I doing? Yeah, I'm good.
All right, you guys just want to head off to the next crisis?
Yeah, we'll head off to the
Yes.
next.
All right.
crisis.
As you guys run to the south towards what you see is sort of a tower in the distance that seems to be shifting a little bit in a concerning way.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
Actually, give me if anyone has it, a Magambia lore check.
We all have Magambia.
You should, I
lore.
think, Ilya.
We should.
Oh no, I have Nantambu lore. I don't have Magambia lore.
You know what? You know what? Ophelia got it. So, Ophelia, at one time you saw this tower on campus, and you're like, you know what? This could make for an amazing venue for a show because I could like zip line down from the top of the tower onto a stage or something. And you asked about using the tower, and you were absolutely denied because it turns out the tower is actually quite important. And you were actually brought into a teacher's office to explain this because it's a bit of a Magambia secret, in fact. This is the Whistle Tower, the original building named for the magic warrior named Whistling Kite. And it actually acts as a Moagi Expanse-wide alarm system. So if the Magambia or Nantambu is ever under such great threat that they, we require aid, like, send the signal fires, Gondor calls for aid, this tower can be, through not an easy process, be activated, and kind of magical requests for aid will be sent out. But you haven't seen any sort of activity from the tower yet, which is a little concerning because this is exactly the kind of scenario that it might be activated. And also, the tower from a distance seems to be moving a little bit.
Oh boy.
So, on
Must-
running to the south, can everyone give me either a nature or a perception check?
We must summon the Pathfinder Society.
44 perception.
48.
I don't know
A
why they expected
whopping
anyone to
47.
fail any of this.
35.
So I'm going to say Avi Avi with your nimble speed because you got a 35. You got up to about here. Everyone else kind of like inadvertently slowed their roll a little bit, so to speak, because they're like, hey, why do those trees look like there's something shifting around on their branches? And as you call out to Avi Avi, who's been like, no, didn't notice any of this, fluttering
Zoom in.
forward,
Oh boy.
two trees seemingly come to life. I'm gonna have to switch these to the right layer. And you now see that they are swarming with bugs.
Oh no.
And we're gonna have to roll initiative.
Oh, I'm so boned, y'all.
Get in the trees, Shinji.
Get in the trees, Shinji 1 through 10,000. Also, these used to be normal kind of tree folk, like arboreals, and until their hearts were filled with ants. It's kind of horrific.
That's
Oh,
heartbreaking.
that's
On-
so gross.
On a unrelated note, chat, let us know if you want to see a Dead by Daylight stream now that Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul is playable.
That's so weird to
I
me.
I can't wait to play him.
It just feels like, but hold on.
All right. Thankfully, there's only 2 enemies this time around and no NPCs. Endurers, whose character sheet I'm always forgetting to bring up.
So you could almost say these are tree ants.
Ah, Sarah, you got a hero point on Friday for that one.
We've got a
That's
horrible
great.
feedback loop going on here.
I'm sad that you beat me to that one. That's great.
No. Anyway, all right, I think that's everyone rolled. Yes, because Igra's entire squad is on his initiative. All right, I'm gonna.
Makes things a
Sending.
little bit convenient.
All right, Ophelia, you're up first, followed by the Igra squad.
All right, let's see. +1, +2, or +3.
49. That, I believe, is gonna be a critical success. So that's a +3. I'm pretty sure. Though,
Aw.
you know what? Let me just check the DC for.
Rate the calf dinner.
Ooh, that looks like a nice sandwich.
0 out of 10. No cups of beans.
Don't invoke the beans. Oh, you know
the
what?
beans.
I'm sorry to say, because you guys are now level 20, the DC for level 20 stuff is 40. So you're 1 off.
Boo.
It's only +2. So the strawberry is now vanished.
No.
No.
What if we just change
Chat,
the text
you-
within the strawberry?
You heard it here first, folks. Matt does not like strawberries.
I like
Oh,
good
I gotta
strawberries.
earn the strawberry. It's an
Yeah, it's special.
True. You gotta
Don't-
earn it.
Don't reduce the strawberry specialness, Will. Don't make it pedestrian.
Yeah, well.
But all right, let's see.
Something
I guess
participation
we
trophy.
can do-
Hold on. I also need to check something. Ah, you're lucky. You are 25 feet away. As you do hear horrible skippering sounds and buzzing sounds emanating.
Cool. I am so glad that I was gonna move closer and decided against that instead. Hee hee.
It's fine.
You got this, Ophelia.
It's 30 feet. 38.
I'm gonna give this one to you for free just because I find this funny whenever it comes up. These guys have a very specific vulnerability: axes. Specifically axes, not not slice or not slicing damage or what have you.
That's so
Axes.
sad.
There's going to be an AP chat and our stream where the main villain of the AP is a demon known as Tree Razor, who literally just wants to chop down every forest in the world. Like that is the new big bad for the Pathfinder world.
Really?
Yeah. That's what the-
Let's
Tad
try
simplistic.
seeing if trees will cry. This closer one, please make me a will save.
44.
So that is going to fail.
All right, so on a failure, it takes 10d6 mental damage, but I think you already. That's
have not.
10d. No,
That'll be
32.
34 with Bard Song.
34 with Bard Song. Thank you.
And Frighten 3.
Ooh.
That'll be my turn.
That means that subsequent saves for a while will be lessened, I think.
Yep.
I'm gonna put the little.
Now I have no more 8th levels.
All right, Igra.
So because we always forget about this, left closest one to Gamma, which is the one to the left of Avi,
What's the
Battle
range of
cry.
Battle cry?
it's at the start of the fight. Now an enemy I can see and can hear me.
Okay.
A 49 against its will DC. Not my best roll, but okay.
49 against this will DC.
Yep.
Will DC is 43, so failure but not critical.
Okay, frighten 1.
Against this guy?
Yeah.
Can he go to frighten 4?
No, it doesn't stack. But
Okay.
I'm just saying that would have
Yeah.
been what I did the start initiative for fairness
Yes.
sake. Then, Igoro's turn. God, this is going to be such a dumb idea, but I gotta do it. So Igoro's going to spend 1 action to give 2 actions to Choco. Choco's going to stride to here. I believe that puts me within range and not Avi. No, okay, it's 1 back that I have to go. I have to go 1 back, chat. Boop. 20-foot emanation is what.
Out of curiosity, Will, do you have the visual feat for intimidation?
Intimidating glare? No.
Okay.
Alright, so yeah, so this won't get Avi. Then Igora is going to, we're going to act together. So I will expend basically my 2 actions. Gamma will get to do a 1 action activity. Gamma's 1 action activity is going to be striding up to here and basically taking a position that Avi could hide behind Gamma.
I am gonna need Gamma to make a DC 38 Fortitude save,
Okay,
possibly twice.
sure. 40,
Give me a second one.
43.
All right, so you pass both of them,
Mhm.
none of them critically. So I'm gonna roll this twice, and actually, no, I'm just gonna roll it once, and we'll just say this is the damage you take.
What are we facing, Matt? Explain
It
the
is
ability.
a swarm host aura.
Okay.
The hivebound arboreal is a host to a cloud of flying ants that swarm around it and nod any creature within the aura. Non-arboreal creatures that enter the aura or start their turn within it take 78 piercing damage from the bites. DC 38 basic fortitude save.
7d8, not 78.
Yes.
Okay.
7d8. Sorry.
No,
Yes,
it
I
just
should have
does 78.
enunciated better. I
No, it just
apologize.
does 78 damage.
There's a bard thing that does something like that. It's just like 75 damage.
Cool. And then what Igora is going to do? Igora is going to begin to puff out their chest. They smack their face a couple of times. They
Oh my.
do the worm. They get up, they spin around, and they're going to use a confusing cry. That's the wrong DC.
I imagine so, because I automatically critically
That's
succeed.
it's a DC 42.
Okay.
Is this Igora doing
Yeah,
this or
this is Igora doing this.
Igora, remember when I said that auditions for backup dancers already happened?
This is a dance
All
to
right.
confuse
So
my enemies.
each creature in the area can hear must to take a will save. Avi Avi.
It's also an
Please give me
Amphibia
a-
reference. No, Avi
Avi-
Avi's not in the 20-foot burst. I literally
she
went
right-
there.
Isn't she right next to Gamma?
No, it's coming from Igora for the third time, Matt.
Sorry. Okay.
Ooh,
I did it on the map and everything.
oh my,
Well, I have.
spicy.
I was looking at Gamma the whole time. Okay. That
Well,
is.
last night the waiter at the Hugo's asked me if I wanted mayo on my burger or spicy aioli mayo, and I said so spicy white or regular white.
Sure,
What am I
Choco
feeling
also has to
tonight?
make this save. Choco fails, but not critically. So Choco is now confused.
What was the
The
DC's
DC is
actual-
42.
Thank you. 42. All right, so first one. You know what? I should put the dots on these because we always like the dots.
Doesn't Avi need to make one too?
No, Avi is not within the
No.
20-foot radius. I
Will was very
specifically
careful with
moved-
his positioning.
I'm bugging with it.
Zoe,
I'm-
you little shit stirrer.
So I heard that tone.
All right,
Just-
so success. So frightened 3 guy is stunned 1. I will use my little snail, which I always
Now,
like to use.
Frightened 3 will lower its save by 3, Matthew.
Yes, but he
Ooh.
rolled higher, so he got
rolled a
41 then.
44. My DC is 42. So
Okay,
41 is a failure.
Ah, that's fair. Well, a
So-
critical failure then, wouldn't it? No,
No,
failure. Yeah.
41 is a failure. It's just a regular failure. So both of them are
Okay.
confused for a minute.
Okay.
That's it.
Your dance is effective.
And they can save at the end of each of their turns. So there's a good chance they get out of it. But at least for the first round, they are confused by the frog.
confused.
dance.
Yeah,
it.
Matt, don't
Are you
don't
still
sound
there?
so put upon, Matt. You
I'm
can
not
get
put
out of
upon
it.
at all. I am mellow and chill because I don't actually care about the Arboreals.
And for those of you who have
There was a
seen
50%
Amphibia,
chance we were going to skip this encounter because I don't really care about it.
and for those of you who have seen Amphibia, it is just the dance that Sprig does.
I
gotta
have
watch that.
not.
And also, like Amphibia, I'm going to stab someone through the back.
Oh,
Look
got
what
it.
you made. Now look what you made me
Look
do.
what you made me do.
I'm voiced by Keith David, and I'm awesome. Um.
Well,
All
Keith
right,
David.
so we move on to Red Dot Arboreal, who is confused. So Avi Avi still is the closest target.
Oh no.
Let me just. These always have to. All right,
Now, as
confused.
It's just a baby.
So they are off guard to everyone.
They
Don't
are
treat
off
anyone as your
guard.
allies. Can't delay. Can't ready. Can't use reactions. You know what? I am going to do this randomly, and it'll include the other Arboreal, just to be fair, because he is confused. Just going to the closest target kind of nerfs confusion. I don't like that. So we're going to start. I'm going to say there are 4 targets. Avi Avi be 1, Gamma will be 2, the other Arboreal will be 3, and Choco / Igora will be 4 and 5. So I'm going to roll a d5, which thankfully I can do because it's roll 20. All right. D5. Avi Avi. And do they have reach?
Wow.
I
Probably.
tried, Avi.
I tried to be fair about it too.
I appreciate.
Did my best.
They are going to hit you with a branch. 55.
Well, That'll do it. I don't think it'll crit though. No, it'll crit.
Oh.
Uh,
102 bludgeoning damage, and because they have improved grab, I will make a athletics check. Though this is map, so it'll be -5.
Ow.
Oh wow! So 49 against your
Uh-huh.
I think reflex DC.
Oh my
Uh-huh.
I'll
Um,
check just to be sure, but yeah, that doesn't critically save against. You said 49.
yes, because -5. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't critically succeed against my reflex save, but well, yeah.
It does the plant thing that you see plants do in every like animated thing where they reach out, somehow the plant thing grows and they wrap around you like vines. And you're
Well, yeah.
grabbed, and then they are going to constrict
I remember
twice.
Vine.
32, 31. You do is this a save?
Their DC.
No, that's the DC is for the escape, I think.
Okay. And is that lower because it's frightened? 3?
Hold on. Oh, sorry, no. It is for constrict. You can attempt to resist. So you can make a basic fortitude save to try and like halve the damage. Twice.
I will. Thank you very much.
35.
Well,
Failure, but not critical. Second one.
how many actions does this guy have? Oh,
So he hit
yeah.
you, and then he used a free action to grab because he has improved grab, and then constricted twice.
mm,
So you failed both of those, so you take an additional 63 damage in total.
Jesus Christ.
These things are
Gross.
just big beat sticks
Bobby
mostly.
is not looking good.
And you are grabbed as well. And because you are starting within the 20 feet,
Yes.
I need another fortitude save to avoid all the buzzing.
Oh my god.
My God.
It really
Okay.
sucks, but all I'm seeing is a bunch of ramps going and it goes you little
Um,
squeaky toy.
You're going to take 12 additional damage.
Owie. Leave our Avi alone.
Hey, Treant,
Remember when we were
leave our
teachers?
things alone.
Which farm remembers?
Leave our witch alone.
That's even better.
Well, so I'm grappled.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Well, grab
Mhm.
And
specifically, yeah.
to break out of this, I'm assuming it is a strength check? An athletics check?
I believe it's like a opposed athletics check, essentially, because you have to beat their athletics DC, I think. Or...
That's
Uh-huh.
not happening.
No, it's
This
the
is why we
DC of
have
the
Dimension Door
grab map.
prepared.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, they may have just given me that.
I'm just gonna Dimension Door right on out of this because I'm not gonna
You know what?
survive another
That's a
round.
better
of things
solution.
grip. And can I just Dimension Door?
Fair.
Well, have I seen these things have a reach?
Yes, this thing reached out quite a bit. I'm just going to give you this for free. It looks like they have branches that reach about 15 feet, but their roots are even longer. So it looks like they could do a really long kick.
Come to me, Avi.
So if I were to Dimension Door, say 30 feet above its head, it probably couldn't kick me from
Oh.
there.
No, it
Okay.
it cannot do that kind of a high kick.
Maybe it does a backflip or some
Maybe it
shit.
was
I
trying
don't
to
know.
musical theater map you.
This one was not.
If a building can have a high reflex save, maybe this tree can backflip. I'm just checking.
Sorry, these
but-
trees were all in Sportsville. They all played lacrosse.
Oh,
Ooh.
they're
Mm.
bastards.
Oh, so they're
Wait,
lesbians.
what?
I mean, I just think the opposite of drama kids is sports kids. So
Hmm.
I did both, so
Anyway,
like
oh, you multi-classed.
I
multiclassed.
will then. I'm just gonna put myself right on top of them. Know that
Oh,
I am
thought that was
30 feet over their head.
Yeah.
And I will Needle of Vengeance them against Gamma with my last action.
Fair enough.
That was fun.
The one I assuming you're flying above.
Yes, why not?
God, he's got a lot of debuffs going on right now.
I figured just, pile them on.
All right.
We are a party of spellcasters. That's going to be a thing.
I mean, it didn't seem for a few levels that you guys weren't like you're just doing like a lot of damage or doing cool effects. But now we're really piling on the debuffs. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, wow, this is different now.
We're a debuff party. That's what we do. We debuff.
Oh,
We deboof.
I mean, some of you have attempted to debone some of your enemies.
I don't know what you're talking
All right.
about.
So there are less targets now for
Others just use the sound barrier to quiver them or shatter them.
this guy is also confused. So I'm going to roll a d4. 1 is Gamma, 2 is its ally, 3 is Choco, 4 is Ikara. It's going to go for Gamma. It doesn't need to move because it's got reach. So it is going to try and whack Gamma.
What needle of vengeance?
This is the wrong one.
Yeah.
52 against Gamma.
52 against Gamma?
Yes.
That will hit.
All right. 41 bludgeoning. It will also try and grab Gamma with a athletics -5. 46. Right.
46 against reflex DC. That'll succeed, but not critically.
All right. Gamma
Now-
is grabbed.
Gamma is the same size category as them, yes?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Gamma just has a thicker border, so it looks a little different. And I will attempt 2 constricts. There is a DC of 41. Each of the enemies can attempt a basic fortitude save.
DC is 41.
Yes.
So I got I don't know what that was, and a 39 and a 48. So 1 fail, 1 success.
So 35 plus 16 will be 51 damage in total.
And take it all.
That's the end of their turn. Charlotte, got
Me!
some big stonking trees that are honestly hurting your friends quite a bit, much more than those bug sentinels managed.
Well, I never. I think we're going to teach them a little bit of a lesson, shall we? I'm multitasking right now. My apologies, everybody. Let's see here.
You are forgiven.
Avi, you went up. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So I am, however tall this tree thing is, plus 30 up.
okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna move down here for my first action. Okay. Ah.
Cat.
I was wondering, like, you were just really excited about what you were about to do.
Charlie horse.
Oh no! Oh, I hate that.
Arguably worse than a cat.
I thought you had cats, not
Not horses. No, unfortunately, I'm also
Yeah.
6 foot. Ow.
It was just a little horse named Charlie came up and kicked you. Charlie, no!
Everybody breathe for me. Oh, I'm gonna
Will
feel that
do.
one
I'm
tomorrow.
so sorry.
I've done that to myself
Oh.
lying in bed somehow. I don't know how.
You know what helps? If you lie down on your left side, your heart will get more circulation going and it'll help it go away faster.
It feels like an old
I'm
wives'
getting
tale.
them in the morning, and that is what's been helping.
Probably. Anyway, sorry everybody. That was so out of left field. Ow, Jesus. I still feel it. I'm going to hit it with I'm going to use my next action to craft because I realized I have none of this. And then I'm going to throw a bomb at the blue tree guy.
46 with Bard Song will be a
Hard song,
48.
48.
That will in fact hit.
Nice.
And something interesting happens when you hit it with an AoE spell.
Oh.
Oh, well. there's absolutely no way you guys would know this now, but I'm just going to tell you this because this is the only way you'll learn. Because this one has been hit with an AoE spell, Gamma now has a +4 circumstance bonus to escape the grab. But it is going to take, let's see. It is going to
3
take.
plus 10 plus the 3 persistence.
Is the persistent also fire damage? Yes.
Correct. All 3 are fire.
It actually takes a lot more fire damage because it has a vulnerability 20 to fire damage. So it takes 50 fire damage.
And
So
is on fire.
it really does not care for that.
No, I imagine it doesn't. But that does end my turn. So
Fire. Ah. All right, we move on to Endures in Darkness, who would really very much like to send a 2-action heal at Avi Avi, but he just doesn't have the
I'm out of
range.
range, I think.
So he's going to spend an action to move up to Ophelia's side, and then is going to cast a spell for 2 actions. Blue looks most hurt with that fire damage going on, so they're going to bust out their 1 cast of Implosion, and that should be... Yes, that is the correct DC. Arborist, fort save. That's pretty good. But he only succeeded a little. Actually, no, he targeted the blue one. This one isn't feared. Damn. This would have been a success against the feared one then. So it is going to take... Half of 75 is 30... Well, 74. 37 damage then. And he will be able to sustain it. Avia, if you want to fly a little closer on your turn, possibly, if you have an action to spare, that would make Endurance healing you a lot easier.
So it
Just
would.
a
Right now, my strategy is
suggestion.
just to fly high enough that they can't hit me with shit.
Ophelia, it's your turn.
All right, let's try to get a +3. Wait, plus
Sorry, no. +2 still.
that's okay. And then we are going to pop a Phantom Orchestra.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to use a circle that will stay there. Linger circle. And foot. Oops. 10, oops. 10 foot. Yeah. Okay. So that'll stay there. If you could make me a 42 to save, please.
42. Fort save. They're pretty good at that. Give me a second.
It is still feared.
Critically succeed.
Ah, boo.
Yeah, that gets around the fear too because it's a natural 20.
What if you had a villain point?
I mean, if you want to give
subjugate his
if-
own good
Would not
roll.
use
If
it
someone
on
wants to give me a
this.
villain point, I absolutely will use it.
Right now? Oh,
I didn't say that.
And since I tried bumping up Bard Song, that is my turn. That's all I can do.
Igra,
Hello.
your dance concludes.
My dance does conclude. Gamma's grabbed by red. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So you will hear Ugara say, "Boost." I am Boost Eidolon. Then from Boost Eidolon, so I'll give Gamma +2 and a +8, but Zoe's +3 overrides it for the to hit. So
I'm also just doing a quick check I forgot to do for blue. They do not get out of the confusion from the damage they took.
we
Nice.
will boop red on the snoot. So that'll be 45 against red's off guard AC because of the confusion.
45 against the off guard will definitely hit.
Okay, are these constructs?
They are not.
Okay, so that will be plus 6. So that will be 32 points of psionic damage from the first strike. Second strike,
It is no longer confused.
a 50 to hit red.
Ooh, 50 to hit red will definitely hit.
Okay, so that will be 18 plus 24 points of sonic damage. And Choco's free action is going to be to move to here. That's my turn.
Okay. Hold on a second. I don't think. How much? The first damage was 28. Sorry, or there was boost
No,
damage in there.
it's plus 6, so it becomes 32.
Thank you. For some reason,
Yeah.
the damage I punched in didn't go through the first time.
No, you're
Anyway, I'm not robbing you of damage. All right, we move on to Red, who is no longer confused, and is gonna just. Did I imagine grabbing a bat in my branches? Then it looks up, and you will not escape. Reaches down into the ground and rips out a rock, and it's going to throw
damn
3
it.
rocks at you.
Well, that sounds like a manipulate action right there, bud, hey?
You know what? It
Ooh.
doesn't technically say it is, but I think this would make sense because I don't think it has a rock just on its person. So yes, it would be picking up a rock. I'm gonna rule that it's manipulate. Go ahead, Will.
That's a 49 to hit it, eh?
49.
That'll definitely hit there, buddy.
Oh yeah, good. I'm glad we can get a good hit on there.
Oh,
that'll
yeah.
be a because boost
Oh
lasts.
no! They're changing
That'll be 30 points of damage
to their
there.
true forms.
Are we? Yeah.
That'll be 30 points of damage there, bud.
Oh, you're a real hooser, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
No, no.
I have
no,
never
no,
said that
no,
word in my
no.
life.
No,
I've
no.
never said that in my life.
Look, I love Letter Kenny to death, but my god, it takes me 3 watches to understand.
Well, just wait till I go with full Newfoundland on you.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, how much damage was that in total, Will?
30.
Thank you. Good hit, good hit. But it wasn't a crit, so it's still gonna chuck some rocks.
That's fine.
Rock the first. 42 against Avi Avi.
Rock the Casbah.
For those about to
That will hit.
rock.
Believe so, yes.
38 bludgeoning. Second, 49.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm down.
Avi Avi hurtles to the ground. So I'm gonna say you bounce off the tree and land over here.
And automatically takes a failed death.
Yeah.
For
And
falling.
if the 49 was a crit, that technically puts you to dying 3.
It's not a crit.
Yeah, but
Just
you would have.
checking.
Yeah, you did take something like probably like 15 damage because of the false height. So I think
Yeah,
it's what
so it's just
D6
an
per
odd.
So
5?
it's an automatic failed death save.
Yeah. But that was
I
2
don't
rocks.
think it matters because I'm already at 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is going to throw a rock, but this will trigger because you don't have to maintain Needle of Vengeance, do you?
Technically I do.
Oh, okay. So Needle of Vengeance is gone.
It will be gone at the start of Avi's turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, it's still around for
And
this
keep
turn.
in mind,
then.
Avi gets moved to before this thing now because it took her down.
Okay. So she's not going to have to save until potentially right before this thing goes next time.
Yep.
Oh, so she'll won't have to save then because Endures will get her. But then this thing's
Get her?
gonna.
And
He's
that
gonna
is the
get
spell
her?
will also
Put me out of my
maintain.
Oh
misery.
god, he doesn't need to get her again.
Endures
This
is
thing-
just like hail the king of biting ants.
Sends your regards.
Betrayal.
Third rock's just gonna go at Gamma, which will cause a will save for Needle of Vengeance. 42
Hits.
against Gamma.
39
Will
points of damage.
40. What's the will save for Needle of Vengeance?
It's higher than that. Yeah, that fails, so it takes the full 20 mental damage.
20 mental. Ow! My ant brain. My ant
That's what
brains.
you get for being a bitch.
Get him.
All right. We move on to the other one now because that was the only thing I think separating them was Avi's turn. It is still confused, so it is going to roll. Though we'll have to save out of the damage at the end of the turn. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 again, so a D4. 2. It's going after its ally. So it is going to walk to like actually just here and then whack twice.
He's hacking and whacking and slashing.
He crits his fellow, which is funny considering this thing is supposed to be controlled by like a multitude of ants, so all the ants are confused, I guess.
It's a very good song.
They're panicking. Yeah, I like that whole soundtrack.
Panic
80
at the Ant
82
Disco.
damage. Oof, that's significant. Second branch attack. 45. Because the guy's still frightened too. That will hit. So that's gonna be another 33 bludgeoning. Oh, pardon me. You know what? I'm just gonna because they actually have resistance to bludgeoning. So I'm gonna do the damage and then just give it back. 30. All right. But that's its turn. I have to roll for the persistent damage. Fails.
Thank
But that
you.
does mean it's going to take some damage, which means it'll get another check to get out of confusion. It does succeed because the DC for confused is only 11.
Mhm.
So it is no longer confused.
Yeah,
But
I
it is
ate
still
up, like,
on fire.
I ate up
So
like
I-
3 of its turns with that. I'm happy.
Yep. And what's the fire damage there, Sarah?
3. Just 3 additional.
Actually,
Well-
that becomes 23 because of its vulnerability to fire.
Correct. I was about to say.
Charlotte,
Something
you saw a small
Kerrigan.
figure get hit with a really big rock and then fall to the ground limply. And the world seems a little less magical. Tell me,
Just the quietest little thump.
Ophelia,
Quiet
me-
psalm.
tell me how you feel about this, and then do that 2 more times.
Well, first off, she's like freaking out and she like thinks about running over there to grab her, but then is like, I'm gonna get smacked.
We
Part of her
I
is a little relieved. And part of her does just start crying.
oh
All right. Charlotte, it is your turn. Oh,
hero point. I'm hero point. I'm
Yeah.
hero pointing. That's
Okay.
it. That's it. Hero point. There we go. Plus bud
Uh,
song.
who were you attacking, by the way?
Oh, red with a directional towards blue.
Oh, clever girl.
Mm-hmm.
Rap
So
reads me.
I'm wrapping it around so it goes around Gamma's wide end
You really
to the
should-
red guy.
You really need to start the Magambia softball team and just, it's all trick balls.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your throwing arms are incredible. All right, so
Correct.
45 is with Bard's, even without Bard Song, it will hit. So that's going to be a total of, before vulnerability, that's 24 damage. So that becomes 44 damage. Whew. And the 10 splash gets blue, but that becomes 30 because of the vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was one attack.
Right.
Have you considered
I
a
used-
career as a supervillain who hates the forest? You seem to do well against wood.
Oh, wouldn't you
Strangely
know it?
enough, yes. It's amazing how that works out. We're going to use so my first action was I crafted. Sorry,
Ah,
I didn't say that out loud. I thought I did. I said it in my brain, but I didn't actually say it from my mouth. And then that was the second attack. And then next up, we're going to have
Pito do a secondary attack on the red. 51
red,
plus Bard Song, it won't hit. Will it?
yes, because I don't think Frightened affects AC. It affects saves and skill checks, but not AC.
Fair enough.
So Pito just flies a little. He somehow manages to weave right between some branches. Like, damn it! I was aiming for leaves. That's not how you hit it. We're going to go to Endures and Darkness's turn. Ophelia, you'll be up next. Endures, what's... All right, Endures is going to spend 2 actions to do a level 7 heal on Avi Avi on the ground, because I'm pretty sure they're within 30 feet now. So that's going to be...
Just barely.
what
It was
is-
very kind of you to say that I bounced off the top of the tree and landed
Well,
there, as opposed to any other side of the tree or just stuck in the tree.
I think you would have sort of tilted yourself towards your allies. It's fine. So that's going to be 78 plus 56. Yes, it's a 7th level 2-action heal.
That's very solid.
93.
Yeah.
He prepared 2 of these today. And 1 level 9
Probably
heal.
a good idea.
We have been getting chunked.
Though mostly you guys have been healing out of combat. You haven't had to really worry about a lot of heals in combat. And then he's a little worried about that aura, biting aura. So he's going to stay there and give guidance to Ophelia. So the next skill check and or attack, you get +1.
Okay.
Ophelia, you're up. Igra's squad will be up next.
We are going to keep Bard Song up at a +2. We are going to pop Phantom Orchestra for 1 action. Can both of them now make me a 42 to save, please?
All right. Fortitude. That's Endures and Darkness, I think. Success, but not critically. Failure, not critically.
All right. So that'll be the full
Oh, they're both on fire too.
half of 43
Half of 43 is 42.
for the
divided by
first
2
one,
is 21.
and the full 43 for the second.
Okay.
And then using that reaction, I'm going to bespell this shot. That's just +1 for guidance.
Oh, dang.
1 to red.
That will definitely hit. This is a
So that'll be 22, 25.
25 damage, and
5 question mark damage.
well, the last spell you used was technically like
It's Phantom.
yeah, Phantom Orchestra, which is
Conjuration.
Conjuration.
So
So
it's the same piercing.
it does have resistance to piercing.
Piercing? Dang it.
But you still did what, 23 damage, so it's still going to do some.
25.
25, thank you. So that'll be a flat 10 then. 10 damage goes through.
Right.
Better than nothing though.
This is so true. And that is my turn. I've done a lot of things.
Right. Ira, you're up.
Hello, I am Igra. I speak for the trees.
Also, I should
Ah.
note that I think because blue moved, you are now starting your turn within 20 feet of it. So I'm going to need a aura save from you.
Okay, and that's Fortitude?
No, I'm talking about Will.
Oh, gotcha.
53.
Oh, you're good. So you're going to take half of whatever this is. You're going to take 9 damage as bugs bite you a little bit.
9 damage.
Chum, chum,
I
Alright,
take that every summer when I go to the cabin for mosquitoes.
So, Avi, you're back up, eh?
I sure am.
All right, let's
That would make me wounded too,
yeah.
because I technically failed a death save, or was it just
No,
me?
you're only wounded 1.
Okay.
per time you go down.
This
So
guy's now only
Igara, we're
frightened
going
one.
to act. I can now optimize this to a certain extent. Gamma and I are going to act together.
Teamwork makes the
Choco will
dream work.
take their free action. I'm already in their aura, so I might as well put myself in a position where I can do this like that. So that's Choco's free action. So we're going to act together. Igara is going to do a 2-action activity. Gamma is going to do a 1-action activity.
I would say, Will, you are moving into an aura from a different creature now.
Sure.
Another fort save.
Oh no, hit points I will heal 40.
You take half of 39, so that will be 18.
Cool, still standing. So Igara is going with 2 actions, cast Electric Arc on the 2 of them.
All right.
I need to add an additional 7, 8, 9, 2d4 to that. So
Sure.
give me a second just to roll that.
Well, I'll roll my save, start with red.
Yep, so 30 points in total.
Failure.
So 33.
Success.
So whatever half of 33 is to the success, 33 to the failure.
16 to blue because they succeeded.
And
And
Gamma will be on
full-
red. So
Oh,
that'll be
actually,
a-
that would be, because of Bardsong, that's 28 damage.
Sure. And then Gamma will do 46 to hit red.
46 to hit red will definitely hit.
Cool. So that'll be 23 points of sonic damage. And then for my last action, a 45 to hit red.
That will also hit.
And that'll be a 21, 22, 23, 24 points of sonic damage to red.
Ooh, not a good turn for red.
That's my turn.
Red is one bad turn from taking persistent fire damage to death. But who knows? Maybe Avi on the ground will be able to finish them off.
Oh
They look
boy.
very hurt.
That's tempting. Do I need to make another save against their aura?
Technically, yes. You
I
can start within
appreciate-
20 feet.
I appreciate the apology in your tone, Matthew. That's a fort save.
Yes. The
What
bugs
save?
the bugs are prioritizing what they think are living enemies, and you're like, oh, I'm dead, looking out from under the wing.
I'm so dead.
That or you just look like a pile of fallen leaves.
She's just sort of crumpled on the ground there.
Oh, my tiny
Um,
bird bones.
Oh boy. Okay, I guess if we're that close to finishing him off, I will.
It is his turn next, so
Yeah, let me hit him with my last Phantasmagoria. I can hit both of them with this one.
53. All right, that's a will save on red to start with. Success, but not
Are
critically.
they fail? Are they frightened?
This red is still frightened 1.
Yeah. Oh well. Need to beat
I
that.
was going to let you figure that one out, but kind of I was like, how long?
So close.
Oh,
It would have worked last turn.
Oh,
The second one fails.
great.
So the first one is going to take half of, let's say it's 55, so that'll be 22. Oh, it's still up by like just a couple hit points. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't it be half of 56?
Well,
No, it's only +2 right now.
yeah. Okay.
And that still wouldn't be
I
enough to
still
finish
have-
it either.
I still have. What do you
Blue-
mean that wouldn't be enough to finish it? 53 wouldn't be enough to finish it?
It has 3 hit points.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we are truly that well, I shouldn't be using out of game knowledge, but
It looks really hurt.
if it looks
It's falling
that
apart.
hurt, I think I will just do a quicken spell electric arc
Worth a try.
and hope that it doesn't critically succeed.
All right, we'll start with the first one. Reflex is their lowest save.
It's
Need to beat,
but not
but
enough.
it's
Oh,
still
so it's
enough.
still frightened. So
It
it
is,
fails.
so it actually fails. So with that, you manage to fry with an electric bug zapper the last of the ants infesting this, sadly, on its own kind of dead tree, which just sort of like slumps, disanimated now, and like horrible like rain of like now sizzling and fried ants just fall over you.
Yeah. And then if Blue could also make a
Yes.
save because they're within the range.
They critically
A
fail.
critical failure.
So they will take 60, actually 34 times 2, 68 damage.
So close.
They went from a good deal above 3 digits to under 3 digits. So
I think McKenna was
Yay.
saying 69.
Well,
Ah.
yes.
Yeah.
thanks for catching that, Will.
Avi, just
All right. The other
flops
one,
back onto the ground.
which I think is not confused anymore, but is still on fire. I'll save that at the end of the
You
turn,
win some, you
hopefully.
lose some.
It's just going to go for the biggest target, so it's just going to turn and try and whack Gamma a bunch. Actually, it still has Gamma constricted, I think.
Wasn't it Blue that was grabbing Gamma? It's
Yeah.
Blue. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Blue
it still
still
can.
would.
It can just use its 3 actions to constrict me.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
try
do that. That's the more optimal move for it. 3
I
fort
mean,
saves.
Technically
Failure,
speaking,
failure, but not crit failure, and failure, but not crit failure.
all right. So success. Well, you're gonna take
Well,
13
so
plus 22,
that
which
strike
is
does 46, but its branch strike could do more technically, but
yes.
yeah.
Technically speaking, if it was trying to be optimized, it should be trying to hit multiple people because it can constrict multiple
Multiple
people.
Oh.
But
But there are not multiple
20,
people over
40,
near it
60,
because F that.
69, 71, 78. 78 points of damage. I'm still
not
good.
to mention, yeah, and that's its turn. It's gonna try and save out of the fire, though it's still gonna take the persistent damage, I believe.
Mhm.
It does not save out of the fire. So I think you said that was 3 damage, right, Charlotte?
Sarah?
You are muted, Sarah.
I don't know why I was muted. That was weird. I didn't mute myself. Anyway, hi. You are correct.
All right, so that becomes
Three
23 damage because of the
persistence.
vulnerability, which was a good chunk of its health left. Then we move on to Charlotte's turn.
Yay. Okay. Got this Decker. Well, let's keep it relatively simple here and just choose a moderate acid flask for a bomb.
Okay, that will definitely hit.
And this is the acid. This is acid damage, so
Okay. Doesn't get any extra damage, but it all goes through. So that's going to be a total of 18.
no. And honestly
Oh,
speaking,
pardon me,
I'm
plus
not
2.
yes, +2. I don't know if the persistence they don't stack, so
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Plus,
I
you
don't
want to
think
keep
we've
the
had it
fire
stacked.
on, so.
Yeah, so we'll just assume it's got the splash and the acid, but it's still on fire. Since
Yeah.
it's still on fire.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use another action to craft because I just wasted some of my last items. And we are going to throw one more. Because why not? Hopefully to knock it out.
Oh,
That's a critical success on secondary. Hold on. Take 5 from that, please. Just take 5 from that because I pressed the
it's
wrong
still a
one.
nat 20, though.
It's still a nat 20.
Nat 20 is nat
So
20
not
though.
only is that a fire attack, but even doubling that, it only had 36 HP to begin with. So even before you had
I torched it.
fire, yeah, this thing goes
It's
up like
ash and
a bonfire.
cinders.
Mhm.
That cool thing where the vines connecting it to Gamma catch fire very suddenly, and Gamma's just like, oh, I shrug and pops, and the stuff breaks and shatters. and you guys have finally cleared this particular map.
Whee!
Yeah,
And I'm gonna give you
Bobby
guys
says from the floor.
if you guys want to do some healing stuff, that's perfectly all right.
30 minutes to get everyone to max.
I'm
Okay,
good. I'm all right.
all right.
I did not take any hits on that one.
So I'm going to give you
Well,
guys a neat little
I'm
thing for the
pretty
next one. Because I want you guys all to roll me a perception check.
I can do that. 43.
Avi,
At
Avi,
a nat
coming-
20,
Running
I
on
have a
slight
really-
adrenaline.
unique perspective from my position in
So-
a crumpled heap on the ground.
Oh, no, not
I
old. Ugh.
I am going to give you guys a little bit of a situation bonus for this next situation. You may have to reload, but you should all find yourselves on the
The Prody?
toppling tower map. And I'll tell you what you see because you rolled a perception check. I'm going to say Avi saw this before you even got close. The Whistling Tower is currently being pushed on by two of those ironclad annihilator beetles. But because you rolled a crit success, or rolled high enough anyway, you guys approach. You are warned of this. If you want, you can try and make a stealth check to approach undetected and perhaps get an entire surprise round.
I'm willing to try it
Would
if
I
y'all
still
are.
have
What if we
sphere of
Y'all,
invisibility?
I will fail this for us.
What
Well,
if
I mean,
I-
if you have sphere of invisibility, you'll just succeed. The thing
Yeah.
is, too, the beetles are very much concentrating on trying to push this tower down.
I have a
I
have
do
a
have
s-
invisibility sphere.
All right, well then,
Also, would right now be a good time for an ad break?
yes. Right now would be an
Yes.
excellent time for us to run an ad break. We'll be right back.
Well, most of us.
Yes, most of us. So we'll be
Zoe
back
went out for a
momentarily.
snack. Zoe needed the snacks.
So we'll be back
Okay.
momentarily. Matu,
That's
Put
me.
on the seatbelt.
Beetles, bugs,
Yes.
Beetle Barley, Beetle Bailey. Chat, if you remember Beetle Bailey,
I feel like I've heard that name, but
it's
I
a
don't
comic
know it.
strip.
Oh wait, yes.
The comic strip from my childhood that I miss.
So my infancy then.
Yes. No, you were born. You're like teenage years.
That's fair. Yeah, it would be the other way around.
Yeah,
I'm
you're-
old and forget things.
You're a
My
decade
coworkers
old.
already think that I'm getting old and forgetful. That I leave my mug in like offices that there's no reason I should put it in.
I think
Oh.
that your one
Wow.
coworker is just gaslighting you, Matt.
I think they are. I
They
feel
are.
like I've been set up.
I think so too.
I think
honestly.
you should next time the office dinner happens, lace it with laxatives. Not actually, because I
Is
think
that
that's a
not
felony.
illegal in Canada the way it is in the States?
I don't
I'm
think it
pretty
is
sh-
actually.
No, I think that's poisoning people, Will,
Yeah,
technically.
fair enough. Either way, don't do that. But the spirit.
But like, think about it.
Think
Just
about
think
it.
about it.
You know, it's cathartic to think those thoughts.
So
Comes to
because you guys have glove invisibility, and these
Yes.
guys are just making a huge amount of noise anyway, you guys do approach. You can just see the entirety. With the weird things of the tower, you can't actually see the other beetle, but you can hear it on the other side, or you hear something. So,
Y'all want me to
Um,
summon a worm to hold the tower up?
also, for absolutely no reason, I'm going to write
Sure.
a number on the side of the map.
Or what if you put a worm on the other side of the tower and I nuke 'em?
Hmm. Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you nuke them and then.
Actually, that is actually, I think, maybe 2 off.
Avi Avi, you nuke them, I duke them.
What does that mean?
Well, we need to
Ah,
work on
so
the
yeah, it-
colloquialisms.
That is incorrect. It's actually
Also.
12.
It's also the inverse of Duke Nukem.
Because it's not a strawberry.
I'm still on a black screen.
Yeah, Avi
sorry,
Avi
yeah,
hasn't
Avi
put
Avi's not
onto
on the map.
yet.
Which is funny because she's the one providing the invisibility. I
Hmm.
knew I forgot somebody.
Are you on a table somewhere, Avi? Speak.
Avi was on the Protea Pavilion.
You're never getting over that one, bud. Deal.
I've moved past it, and
It
you all
wasn't
should
that
too.
I already rolled my initiative.
Really?
I'm going to
You
find.
guys don't want to plan a little bit first?
I'm going to find a way when Matt's doing their Art Deco campaign to get the Protea Pavilion loaded up into it.
Oh. Well, don't tell him now.
Diabolical.
Yeah, now you've
This-
given yourself away.
No, but that's illegal. For a surprise round, I'm gonna roll initiative for them, but they just won't get a turn. So, bum.
Now, Matt, just
Yes,
to be clear, when these say ironclad beetle, are these made of iron?
They are just. It's a name because they have such hard armor.
We've fought one
Okay.
before.
I know. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like I wanted
Remember?
to make sure.
Construct.
Ovipositor that we all loved.
I just wanted to make sure that they were in fact
What y'all?
not made of iron.
Says
Oh, no one
who?
loved. No one loved that. No one liked that.
No.
The text bar peers. No one liked that. Lazelle disapproves.
Very.
Greatly
And if she were still here in this house, the cat Lazel would also disapprove. But she went home,
Hey,
so she is not in
Sarah,
this house.
I just came
Yes.
to realize, what would you call it when that cat was lounging around the house? Would you say that they
A lazy Lazel.
were a lazel?
No. With
So-
that cat, we'd wonder if she were sick because she does not do lazy.
I'm gonna say if you guys stay within the bubble of invisibility, you can position yourselves anywhere on here before we even start going through the initiative. So if you want to position yourselves differently, you can before we even start, but you have to stay within the globe of invisibility, or then we have to start rolling stealth checks.
What if we just
Or-
go inside?
I'm.
Well, they're trying to bring the tower down, so
What if we go inside and we just turn the tower on?
Hey.
I will say it does seem like they're getting fairly close to toppling the tower, aka they only have to spend 12 rounds destroying the tower.
Yeah.
So 6 rounds each.
Okay. I would like to be here so that I can, or maybe even like here so that I can kind of see both of them.
Where even are you?
Over here.
I'm gonna go inside.
I'm here. I'm here.
We are
Well,
here.
keep in mind we have to stay within the invisibility sphere.
But remember,
to
you will
start.
have a surprise round. So you guys are each going to get a turn before they get to act.
Keep in mind, y'all, the last time we fought this, clumping up was not a good idea.
Right. But we
Right,
have to stay
right.
together within the sphere, or we have to start rolling stealth checks.
But we have a turn to.
We'll have a
Okay.
turn to run away.
All right. Are you guys ready to begin?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We start by one of them skipping their turn because they are not aware that you're there. Ophelia, you are up first, followed by Igra and Crew.
Wait, are we keeping the same initiative order?
Oh no,
Oh, is that my
I think
new one?
everyone. It
No,
should
I
be
guess
new.
we didn't re-roll it. You must not have
Oh.
cleared it between them. Okay, so I did in fact roll my correct one. Okay, so don't delete me because I
initiative
re-rolled
order
my
just
initiative.
shows the two beetles.
I don't know how to delete individual people. Is it just
Oh,
delete?
I'll take care of it, Matt.
Okay.
So
Well,
I'm rolling
keep the
again?
Beatles. Yeah.
I will keep the Beatles.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't remember rolling Endures again, but there he was.
We'll keep the Beatles because we need a Lucy in the sky.
Oh boy,
What?
I didn't say anything. We just need. Is that everyone? Charlotte. We need Charlotte again.
That is you, dude. I mean, bitch, man. There you go.
All right. Descending.
Yeah, Milo again. Yay!
right.
Always.
All right. We skipped the two Beatles. Endures in Darkness is going to spread out to avoid stopping. He's actually going to go back downwards. And he's just going to give guidance to Ophelia. And then he's actually going to spend another movement to get over here. Just try and get out of stomping range. Avi, you're up.
So we're doing Falling Stars. I don't think there is a way for me to position them so that a 40-foot bubble catches both of them without putting it like in a spot that I technically can't see anyway. So I think what I'm going to do is just put two cores. Oh man. Sort of like here and here on each of them. So they will each, that shouldn't be 46. Whatever.
What should it be?
44.
All right. And
I
are
mean,
they
I'll
just
take 46, but
are they just rolling save once each, or how many times?
yes. But they will be taking this damage twice each.
All right. All right. So first one, starting from the top, working our way down. Failure. Success. All right. So the first one takes it twice. So I guess the one who succeeded will just take it once. But
Yeah.
that means the first one will be taking 58 bludgeoning, and I'm double checking if they have any resistances or anything. No, they just have a very high AC, as we recall, and a lot of health. So the first one will take the full 58.
I don't hit any of them.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to press minus. He went from 400 to 58. That's not how that works. And the other one takes
Nuts.
the 29.
Oh,
and
shucks.
Just those two?
Well, plus the 54. Because it's 29. Ooh, you know what? Can I say Well, you know what? We fought these things before. Do
Yes.
I remember if they have any like resistances?
They do not. They're
Cool.
just, they have very high AC and they have a lot of health. And some nasty
hit.
attacks.
I'll do Sonic then for the secondary damage. So there's the 29 is the bludgeoning, the 54 is Sonic.
All right. But first one that failed is still going to... Now, does it take it twice again? Or is it just the once?
Take twice again.
All right, so that's 108 on the one that failed.
Mhm.
Good damage. And then we are going to take just the 54 on the other one.
Mhm.
All right, Ophelia, you're up next. Now, I should note, now that they have been attacked, both beetles are now activated.
Ah.
But you're getting a surprise round, so what do you care?
Then why don't I just move?
Bard song up. That is totally a strawberry.
And that, yeah, that is totally strawberry.
That's totally a strawberry. And then we are going to. Where is it?
I think you may be putting things under sight.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Can I have another Ophelia, please?
Sure. Just next to you, or?
Yeah.
Ophelia coming right up.
You want to see some Ophelias from the back?
Oh, ow.
Oh,
It's gonna
the
walk.
special merch.
The secret menu.
Oh no.
This is a limited edition Ophelia. She has a different hat.
Oh my.
It has
Ooh.
cat ears.
How cute.
I know how to market to my audience.
How very cute. Sold. Okay, that's my turn.
Oh, sorry. What was the actual thing you did? Oh, Mirror's Misfortune. I didn't bar. Okay. Igra, you're up.
Hello, Matt. How are you doing today?
You know, I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good.
Bit the inside of my cheek, so that's annoying. Been bothering me all day.
So
Oh, I hate that.
as a general phobia question for you, is it just spiders or is it all arachnids?
It's anything that is lots of like hairy limbs half the time. Like
Okay,
you know
sweet.
the
We're good then.
giant scorpions in Elden Ring.
Oh,
Oh.
I did
Ew.
not like those.
so Matt,
The way they moved did not like that.
So Matt,
Are you summoning a giant scorpion?
I'm summoning a giant scorpion.
Yeah, but I don't have to see it move. That's the real
That's
thing that
fair.
gets me about them. Or it's even worse when they move slowly but utterly silently, like in Limbo, the ones that just sort of unfurl from
Ugh.
shadows.
Or when
Hate that.
Shelob just comes in around the corner, like total, complete silence in the soundtrack.
This is what
Terrifying.
this is what
At least
Igor
in
has
Dark
summoned.
Souls, they had the good sense to replace the head of the scorpion with a lady.
Mm-hmm. So as part of summoning that
Mhm.
scorpion's going to get 2 actions.
That's
going to
actually a pretty
use-
cool scorpion.
It is. It's a cool scorpion. It's going to use one of those actions to run around to this side of this thing, and it's going to use this other action to stinger it. Does a 46 hit the ironclad beetle?
With a +3 thanks to Bard Song,
Yippee!
which is absolutely what you needed because their AC is 49.
So that would be. So
Mhm.
that means that in order to hit these bar song, I need to roll a 16. Great. So that would be 34 points of piercing damage.
They are mini bosses.
And then I need that one to make me a saving throw against black scorpion venom.
Suddenly,
I'm
Charlotte's
taking
like,
your
"What?"
sticks, Charlotte.
Wait, what?
Also, if you
Gimme!
wanna, you can
Right
harvest.
now!
If you wanna
Gimme!
harvest my summon for some venom. you
I would
can-
love some.
47. That is a
crit
critical
success.
success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing
Cue,
happens.
cue
pretty
Mao
tough.
Mao eyes going wide and sparkles like, oh.
But if you would like to harvest, you can technically milk a scorpion, and that's my turn.
Technically, yes, you can.
You can milk a scorpion.
You can
All
also
right.
technically milk the venom. You technically milk venom from snakes too.
Have you guys ever seen them drop like a bit of cobra venom into like a beaker of blood? What it does to the blood?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, it's terrifying.
No, thank you.
It's like, oh my god, no wonder you die immediately.
Charlotte, you are up. In fact, speaking of poisons and
Poisons.
poisons.
Poisons. It would be helpful if I
Choco's
could
free
see where I
action.
am.
Chat.
Yes.
Coco gets a free action.
Did you just refer to me as chat?
Yes, chat. Going to be a stride over to here.
30. I'm going to move here because I need to get within distance of this fool.
Okay, chat.
Okay, chat.
I think I have a 120 to throw.
Imagine you're talking to someone and then you turn to look at nothing and say, "What do you think, chat?"
What do you think, chat? Who are you talking
You
to?
know, that's actually called streamer psychosis.
I believe it.
Look, I could talk for hours on Fleabag and the miracle that is breaking the fourth wall and how the priest is the only one who can also break the fourth wall with her. I could just talk for hours about that, but I won't. Instead, I will send out a bombing bomb.
Even without Bard Song that hits, your rolls are on fire today, Sarah.
Yes, and I think we're going to hopefully aim for this guy and then get within this direction. So a lob this way to then this way. So
Hey.
again, fastball special.
A she-lob, if you will.
Hold on.
She lob, if you will.
Express that to me again. How is it?
So think of it this way.
Well,
I'm trying to think of how I can get directionals here.
Keep in mind, there is an entire tower in the middle there.
Are you just drinking beef stew now?
That is
No.
true, but there's a tree right here, yes? So essentially
Yes.
think of it as I lobbed this direction in a curve
You know?
and I curved it so that it could go that way. I don't know what's there,
Ah.
but I don't want to go this way is
No.
what I'm
Okay.
saying. I want to go that
I
way.
will let you know there you won't hit any secondary enemies, but you won't hit any allies.
Well, that's what counts, I suppose.
Yes. And I will say your
6%
bomb doesn't
yes.
decrease the counter for the stability of the tower.
And do they get that persistent damage?
We will find out on their turn, but they do take the full 19 damage thanks to Bard Song.
Okay. Oh,
All right.
I still have one more action.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna craft. I craft.
All right. We move on to the Beatles now. This is the first actual round of combat, but thankfully they rolled high. And the Ironclad Beetle that's off on the other side of the tower, which did take some damage from the falling star, is going to spend all 3 actions and decrease the tower's stability from 12 to 9.
Oh wow, it's 1 action per. Okay.
So not 12 rounds then.
Hold on, let me
That
make sure
is
I'm
what you
reading this
said
right.
before.
Well,
With a plum. So we're a little concerned.
pardon me,
now.
it is specifically, I double checked, it is 12 rounds.
Thank
So,
you.
not turns. 6 rounds if both beetles are left alone. So it goes down to 11 rounds because the one beetle is going to spend its entire turn gnawing at the side of the tower. Which is kind of a horrifying thing to see, just an animal chewing stone.
Mhm.
But the other beetle is going to turn and just mutter something under its chitinous breath at the scorpion pretender, and it's going to just attack the bug with some mandible attacks.
Scorpion replies with, "If I'm a pretender, it's a good thing that you're an alter ego." A
Okay,
46.
No one's gonna get that.
You got it.
Is that
40,
a crit?
That's just a hit.
All right, 55 piercing.
Did you like that
40.
one, Matt?
I appreciate that. I'm gonna double check, but I think you did actually get the class
I
advantage
did
right.
get the
So
right cross advantage.
good job.
Another
40
56. Yep.
and third attack mandible only a 37.
That will miss.
All right.
Wow.
All right. We move on to Endures in Darkness. How did he move? Oh, did everyone move down? Okay. I was like, I thought he moved down away from the group, but I guess everyone else also moved down. He is going to go.
Did he move? Did you move?
I
him?
moved a little bit, but
I did too, but I guess we start. I don't. It doesn't
we
matter.
scattered.
Endures in Darkness is going to be. He's gotten one of his focus points back from the resting. He's going to do a stone lance. with Bard Song, even with Bard Song, that's rolled a 9. You know, I mean, his little hero point. Still one off with Bard Song. Nice try, little guy. Avi, you're up. Followed by Ophelia.
Don't suppose the tower could potentially count as a creature, could it?
Absolutely not.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Under
That's
no
so
circumstances.
So you're saying I can't cast a Needle of Vengeance using the tower as the subject.
I think it has to be a creature.
It does say creature in the wording, but
You know what?
but
Oddly enough-
what if it was anyway?
Oddly enough, there are people inside the tower, but you cannot see them. So you cannot say, oh no, the beetles are attacking them indirectly by trying to bring the tower down. In fact, at least one person you know.
Ooh. But what if I step in the tower and they're attacking the tower and I'm in there?
Lord.
We have to answer next time.
Maybe.
I shouldn't have moved all the way over here. That was an unfortunate choice on my part. I was like, I'll move down this way, and now I don't want to be over here anymore.
You all have done surprisingly well for that one round, so.
Yeah.
It makes you feel better, Avi. I'm going to, on my turn, get the other one off the tower and onto Gamma.
Oh, daring.
Off the tower and onto Gamma, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I was hoping I could cast Needle of Vengeance, and it does not look like I can. So now I'm like, ugh.
No, I get that. I've been there. You have a whole plan for your turn. They're like, oh no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, then I have
was
no
like,
plan.
I was like, I'm gonna cast Needle of Vengeance, and it's gonna be so sick. And then I was like, wait, damn it. But I think I can move.
Well, if the tower
here.
has a reflex save.
God damn it. You and your fucking reflex saves. I'm still so far away.
You've been really
It's a
building
big
up
map,
this
which
one.
is a nice change of pace from the table.
It is a nice change of pace from the table. If I do Cone of Cold out this way, I should only be able to hit Ironclad Beetle. So
Yes.
that is what I will do.
All right, go ahead then. What's the save? Reflex. One would think they wouldn't be good at this, and it is their lowest save.
Yippee! No!
Aha! I lulled you into a false sense of security, and then destroyed it by a random number generator that I have in fact no control over.
What about your villain points? You still
I don't have any villain points. None of you have been generous enough to give me, and I would not use it on that.
You wouldn't use it for this anyway.
You know me so well.
Well,
Ophelia,
that's my turn.
you see Avi try and do like some cool stage effects with like a smoke machine or ice. I don't know.
You see Avi whiff spectacularly on one of her last offensive
Oh my
spells.
gosh. All right. So one of the actions is going to be keep Bard Song. One of the actions is going to be keep Miss Mears, who is going to move. One of the actions is going to be quick cast 30-foot burst. Now here's my question.
Yep.
If I am casting outside of a tower, it is not going to hit inside the tower.
No,
correct?
you guys do not have to worry about the tower. Outside of the Beatles' interactions with the towers, and if you guys say had earthquake, which you don't, the tower is essentially an immortal object. It is like a child in Skyrim.
Because this is a 30-foot of creatures that are happening, so they wouldn't exactly go inside the tower.
No, the tower is sealed up.
Please make me William saves.
Now, is that just enemies or all creatures?
Creatures. Scorpion will also make me a William save.
Critical
Scorpion
failure.
critically fails.
Scorpion takes 100 damage.
Sorry, William.
That's fine. They're expendable.
Sorry, William.
Blue fails? Red?
Yes.
Fails.
Nice.
So they're going to take the full 50.
Don't forget Bard Song.
53. Thank you for reminding me. Ah, what's happening with my voice? Whimsy.
What is going on?
There's a sudden helium leak in my apartment.
Setback. It's a momentary loss.
What?
I wish I was dipping my bottom into a pool of the silkiest oils and creams.
Oh, hedonism bot.
I love hedonism bot.
Uh,
Jambe, the chocolate pudding. He's just pouring it with a ladle on his guy's belly. Oh, yes.
What could I make a nature check to see what these would be, by the way? Because I have no idea if Ophelia would even know if they're like if it's a scary bug or if it would just be like a cute bug.
I'm just gonna say, hold on, the beetles or the bugs from your vision?
Oh, they're horrific creatures swarming around. So she would think, oh, I'll think of a bug that would eat these.
I'm gonna say you just.
Bugs.
I'm gonna say you actually conjure a swarm of small birds in their mind because they have nightmares about gigantic birds swooping down and just eating them.
Yeah, that is great.
Well,
Yes.
especially when they're feeling peckish.
Get
Okay,
out of
that one's pretty good actually.
Icky.
Actually, that one was kind of good. I'm sorry.
Speaking of puns, Will, it's your turn.
All right, so free action. The scorpion gets 2 actions. The scorpion is going to use a pincer attack on the one in front of it.
Does that
That'll miss.
30 thing needs to stay?
Okay, that's the end of the scorpion's round. And then for Gamma's turn, Gamma's going to spend all 3 actions and get right over there.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right. That does
Oh,
not have that kind
Choco's-
of AO.
Choco's free turn. I always
And for the
forget Choco's
last-
free turn. Get me there.
Last turn of the round, because we'll complete this start at the top of the round next week. Charlotte, please close out the night with a good closing
Big
act.
bomb? I think I can do
A real
that.
showstopper.
Oh, I can certainly try. Well, arguably speaking, a little bit difficult because I can't see anything that's beyond that tower. So I think we're just going to go with general. Oh, let's go with this is applying to a true debilitating bomb. So there will be an effect that they need to save for. Wait, actually, I don't think you need to. You can save. It's just if I hit you, you also get an effect.
Yes.
Well, all right then. Let's see if we can hit you.
This is hitting one down here again, I assume? The southern beetle?
The only one I can actually see.
That's fair. They're kind of far apart.
Ah,
It doesn't.
bummer, dude.
Oh, and that is in fact a critical failure, so it won't even take the splash.
36, Matt.
Yeah. It would need to be 39 to not be
Bummer,
critical.
my dudes.
They have a very high AC.
Well, we'll try again and hope. No, that
That
was it either.
is not a critical failure, so it'll at least take the splash damage. So that will be 10 fire. All right. And with that, as you guys are doing decently well against these 2 large beetles, especially for having had only 2 turns, we are going to end the session for tonight. This could drag on for a little bit. They just have a decent amount of health. Thank you all for joining us tonight. As after this encounter, there's maybe one more kind of maybe minor encounter that the party may just be able to skip. But then we're on to possibly the last big fight of the campaign. There's going to be a little setup. It's a very unique scenario, but stay tuned for maybe one more week before that, but we might get to the start of it next time.
Thank you
So-
all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Strength Thousands. Don't forget to check out our many other shows here on the channel. If you want to see more of Sarah, check out Cosmic Deity 746. If you want to see more of Matt, check out Urbanov. If you want to see more of McKenna, go to @McKennaRayArt on all the socials. And if you want to see more of Zoe, and why wouldn't you, go to check out @ZosiePose. And I'm Will, also known as Tabletop Rolls, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.